Hi, beautiful souls. Take a moment and breathe with me, deeply, consciously, because as soon as we talk about family and the holidays, energy is already moving. For so many people, the holiday season is supposed to be warm, magical, nostalgic, full of connection and joy. And yet for many others, the same holiday dates trigger anxiety, tension, old wounds, and deeply activated patterns we thought we outgrew. Today I want to share something powerful with you. How to consciously and intentionally employ the law of attraction when dealing with family and the holidays, not by trying to fix anyone or control anyone's behavior, not by forcing peace, but by aligning your energy so beautifully and clearly that you naturally attract only the people and interactions that resonate with your highest and best good. This conversation is not about spiritual bypassing, pretending everything is perfect when it isn't. It isn't about emotional denial. And it is definitely not about rejecting your family in anger. It is about alignment, energetic sovereignty, and becoming the version of you that old patterns simply can no longer hook into. As Abraham Hicks teaches so beautifully, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So the most powerful question isn't what will happen at the dinner table, but who are you being in relation to your family? Family relationships are one of the strongest vibrational mirrors we'll ever encounter. They were formed before conscious awareness, before emotional regulation tools, before boundaries, before spiritual language. That means family has the power to activate old emotional patterns and subconscious wiring faster than almost anything else. Abraham teaches that when something pushes your buttons, it's not because it's new, it's because the vibration you're reacting to is already active within you. The holidays don't create dysfunction, they amplify vibration. This is why when you walk into a family gathering and feel tension, frustration, or overwhelm, the law of attraction isn't punishing you. It's simply aligning your experience with what you are currently holding energetically. And the real magic is that you do not need everyone else to change in order for your experience to change. You don't influence another's inner state with your will or argument. What you do influence is your own vibration, and the universe responds to that energy instantly. Here's a crucial distinction. You cannot use the law of attraction to force someone to behave differently, but you absolutely can use it to experience different versions of people, to attract different moments with the same people, to align with the parts of others that harmonize with your vibration, or to create natural distance where it's needed, without drama. Abraham often reminds us, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you vibrationally allow. When your attention is on what frustrates you, you're actually strengthening the vibration that keeps those patterns alive. When you soften your resistance around those emotional charges, and instead choose what feels good, you open space for other expressions to manifest. You're not forcing someone to become a different person. You're shifting your availability, and the law of attraction meets you there. This is why two people from the same family, raised in the same environment, can have completely different experiences of the same parent or sibling. It's not the parent that changed. It's the point of attraction that's different. The most important holiday work doesn't happen at the table. It happens inside you before you get there. Abraham teaches that just 17 seconds of pure focus begins to activate a vibrational set point, and sustained focus creates momentum. So instead of rehearsing all the things that might go wrong, instead of revisiting past hurts in your mind, I invite you to try something radically different. Visualize moments of ease. Visualize laughter that feels natural. Visualize neutral, peaceful interactions. Visualize leaving the gathering feeling calm, proud, and emotionally intact. You're not scripting others. You're selecting the energetic version of reality you're willing to experience, and the law of attraction matches that selection every time. This is where science beautifully aligns with spirituality. Dr. Joe Dispenza, whose work you may know from the realm of meditation and neuroplasticity, teaches that the brain is a record of the past, and every repeated emotional response strengthens a neural pathway. When you react to family stress in the same way year after year, defensive, triggered, anxious, your nervous system memorizes that pattern as your default response. Joe teaches that to change your life, you must become greater than your environment, meaning your internal state becomes stronger and more consistent than the old triggers themselves. And that's exactly what alignment does. There is real science behind this. Researchers have found that meditation and mindful practices, things you might use to align before and during family interactions, actually produce measurable changes in the brain. In a study conducted at the University of California, San Diego, researchers combined multiple mind-body practices, including guided meditation, and found that after just a 7-day immersion, participants showed significant changes in brain function, reducing activity in the part of the brain associated with mental chatter and increasing connectivity across networks associated with focus, emotional resilience, and neuroplasticity. These changes even showed up biologically in the blood, suggesting enhanced neural growth and stress recovery pathways. Neuroscience news. That means that with focused practice, you are not just spiritually shifting, you're changing your brain's physical wiring. And this isn't fringe psychology. Neuroscience research has consistently shown that practices which strengthen emotional regulation, like meditation or mindful breathing, actually enhance neural circuitry related to positive emotion, compassion, and resilience. Brain networks that implement joy, calm, and connection are flexible and modifiable throughout life. ScienceDirect.com. These changes are not random. They're measurable. They show that the way you experience stress and emotional patterns isn't fixed, it can be reconfigured with consistent intention and awareness. A particularly relevant scientific insight comes from studies on emotion regulation and family relationships. Researchers have explored how the parent-child relationship, especially early in life, shapes the way neural systems responsible for emotional control develop. Secure, supportive interactions help shape neural circuits in the prefrontal cortex, insula, and amygdala, areas of the brain critical for recognizing, processing, and regulating emotion. PubMed. What this means for your holiday gatherings is profound. Emotional regulation is not just a feeling. It has a biological basis, and by strengthening your inner coherence, you're effectively giving your nervous system a new language for how to respond instead of react. So when you pause instead of exploding, when you breathe instead of snapping, when you stay grounded instead of absorbing tension, you are literally creating new neural networks, and thereby new vibrational patterns that attract different outcomes. This is not about suppressing emotion. It is about choosing consciousness over conditioning. When your nervous system learns safety in the presence of old triggers, your energy shifts, your field reorganizes, and new experiences become available. There's also a beautiful reason why miracles seem to happen around the holidays. People talk about unexpected kindness, softened voices, surprising moments of connection, and it's not just romantic imagination. During holidays, emotional resistance often drops. People become more reflective, more open, more willing to let their guard down. In spiritual terms, resistance lowers, and according to the law of attraction, that is the vibration of allowance. It is in these moments that well-being naturally flows. Abraham teaches that miracles are not rare events. They're simply when resistance decreases enough for well-being to flow completely. You can be the frequency of that flow in your family, not by preaching or pushing, not by correcting or convincing, but by being anchored in your aligned state. Let me share one story from Chicken Soup for the Soul that illustrates this beautifully. There was a woman who dreaded every holiday dinner because of a strained relationship with her father. For years she braced herself, expecting criticism, coldness, disappointment. One year, instead of bracing, she made a quiet, internal choice. I will look for just one moment of kindness. She didn't demand change. She didn't confront him. She simply softened. And that night, for the first time, he asked her a genuine question about her life. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't complete healing. But it was real. That's how miracles show up, quiet shifts in energy that transform a moment. You don't need large proclamations. You need vibration that is open to well-being. And here's a profound teaching from Abraham Hicks that I want you to sit with. You are not required to create harmony with everyone. When you align with your highest self, you naturally attract more time, more ease, and more connection with those who resonate at that frequency. Others may drift into the periphery, not as punishment, but as energetic sorting. This is not rejection. This is refinement. You don't have to announce it. The law of attraction does the organizing for you. Boundaries, from this perspective, are not walls that separate. They are frequency choices, energetic signals you send that say, "This is the vibration I value." If you say, even quietly, "I choose respect, peace, ease," then your field begins to match that choice. Abraham teaches that focusing on what you want rather than what you are trying to avoid reorganizes your experience effortlessly. Boundaries held with resentment attract resistance. Boundaries held with peace attract cooperation or graceful distance. Both are aligned outcomes. And this may be the most liberating truth of all. You are not here to heal your family. You are here to heal your relationship to your family. When that internal relationship shifts, healing ripples outward naturally. Joe Dispenza reminds us that when you change your energy, people around you either rise to meet it or naturally exit your experience. Both outcomes are valid. Both are aligned with your growth. Before any family interaction, whether it's holiday dinner, dessert after dinner, or exchanging gifts, I invite you to try a simple alignment practice. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart. And silently choose these intentions. I choose peace over proving. I choose alignment over approval. I choose love without attachment. I allow only what serves my highest good. Feel the feeling of those words. That feeling is your point of attraction, not the words themselves, but the vibration behind them. The greatest gift you can bring to your family this season is not your compliance. It's not your silence. It's not bending to their expectations. It is your regulated nervous system, your aligned energy, your trust in yourself. Abraham says, when you're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, you uplift everyone around you. Even if they don't know why. Even if they don't understand it consciously. Your energy is contagious in the most sublime way. So as the holidays approach, remember, you never have to dread them. You don't have to brace yourself. You don't have to become someone you're not to keep the peace. You get to choose your vibration. You get to select your experience. And you get to allow the law of attraction to meet you there. You are allowed to outgrow old patterns. You are allowed to experience family differently. And you are allowed to receive ease where there once was effort. The universe is always responding to who you are becoming, and when you choose alignment, everything reorganizes around you. Take a breath. You're doing beautifully.